You said that in COVID you took some relief measures to ensure health and continuous medical. You want to
Yes,
just
sir.
explain what that is? Like,
Sir,
what did you?
we actually conducted a medical camp, and we brought in a few doctors who were from our previous alumni from our school. We took them to the orphanage, and we got the medical profile scaled of the different students. They were around 100 kids. So our association with the orphanage, it dates back to 10 years, because we started visiting that orphanage once upon the demise of one of our friend. So she met with an accident, and we lost her. So in memory of her, we have been continuing, and during COVID also, the same activities. It has been the distribution of ration, distribution of medication, and whatever the precautionary health requirements were there. Everything was taken care by themselves.
Now, you seem to have some association with the NGO sector.
Yes, sir.
Uh, why is it that you did not pursue it more full time? Like, anyway, government is also a service, and
Yes.
NGO is also a service. So why come to the why come this side? Uh,
Sir, NGO line, it's kind of there's a greater responsibility than the authority you have. Even though you have good intentions, you're not able to push it because these limited. And however strong your case might be, you find hurdles, and based on our personal interactions with the officers, also we could find that, and that also personally motivated me to broaden my horizon and think from the view that I can bring a larger change by entering into the service.
Aditya garu,
Yes, sir. Definitely.
now I will come to the schemes of AP government. I just want to question on that. I want to focus on that area.
Okay, sir.
Which schemes being implemented by the AP government do you feel are so unique in our India?
Sir, Ammavadi, I feel is unique, sir. Ammavadi, I feel is unique. And the Asara pension scheme is also unique, sir.
Okay.
And
In what way?
whatever the direct benefit transfers have been made based upon the latest multidimensional poverty index, also they have made a direct impact on poverty, wherein poverty has halved in the rural as well as the urban thing. And 30 lakh people have been lifted out of poverty in the last 5 years. So, and food insecurity has also come down from 28% to 23% points. So on all these parameters, I think AP government is doing good, sir.
What do you, what is your idea on the decentralization of governance, which is being done by bifurcation of the districts as well as the implementation of this Gram Sachivalayas? No, what is your take on that?
So decentralization, it has been a good move, and reaching the last mile also, we can see the results as more people could be reached during the COVID time. The same was even appreciated by Niti Aayog also. At the same time, there is some legitimacy issue. There have been some allegations leveled by politicians, wherein the credibility of the data collection and the manner and the methods employed by them, it is under scrutiny. And I think the air about that has to be cleared for them to be more deeply entrenched, and more trust has to be built. And I also think that there is a friction between the constitutional mechanism that has been created by 73rd Amendment and the Gram volunteers, wherein these people being executives, and they have a greater reach, and it is promoting a kind of distrust between the sarpanch establishment and these people. It is leading to local conflicts, and based on the research also, this gap has to be bridged for the system to be much more effective, I think.
What is your take on this three capitals issue that the government is presently pursuing? I mean, do you feel that too much of decentralization is good for the governance, or does it cause multiplication of all these governance issues? And what is your take? Or tell your idea on that.
Sir, I feel that balancing development by developing two, three capitals is a good thing, because when a country as small as Singapore can have two capitals, and a nation as South Africa, it has three capitals. So we have precedents wherein this decentralized development is there, and it's not only the Andhra which is initiating that. So based upon the strength of each region, and based upon the connectivity, and based upon the social progress indicators, I think three capital issues can be supported.
Okay. What is cyber atmospherics?
It
You
is
have
a study.
mentioned it in your
Yes, sir.
PhD.
Yes, sir. Sir, it is a study of the online behavior, wherein the parameters like how fast the customer is reaching a product, what is how the customer is reacting to a particular interface, and how better we can increase the conversion rate in the ultimate purchase. These parameters are studied so that there is a minimum dissonance on the point of the.
Okay. What has it got to do with atmosphere? Does it has it got
No,
anything to do with atmosphere? No.
sir, basically the retail atmosphere, it is just like a replication of a shop online, sir.
Okay. Okay.
So the lighting, the pathway, the design, layout, the same thing replicated online. It is the
Okay.
that's it.
Okay. 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 Tell me something about this Chandrayaan-3 mission. Few words.
Sir, Chandrayaan 3 tries to build over the losses which were the achievements which could not be done by Chandrayaan 2, wherein this it has a lander, it has a rover, and it doesn't have an orbiter. It has much stronger legs, it has much stronger cameras, and it is progressing at a much faster pace to reach the objectives which were omitted by the Chandrayaan 2, sir, in exploring the surface of the moon and in finding out traces of life.
Okay. Where was it launched?
Sorry, sir.
Where was the launching done?
Yeah, it was done from Satish Dhawan, Sriharikota, sir.
Sriharikota.
Sriharikota. Yes.
In which district is Sriharikota present?
It's in Nellore, sir.
No, no. It's wrong. Just
Okay.
refer. It is in Tirupati district now after reorganization. This was the question which was asked in the last interviews in
Okay.
2022. So
Okay.
they were concentrating mainly on these tourist places, religious places, and these so-called iconic places. After the
Okay.
reorganization district, they are there. No, you should be aware of it.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Since you have applied for this job, having to work in Andhra Pradesh, you should be knowing where these important places are there. At least the district in which it is there.
Sure,
Okay,
sir.
geographical this thing you need to have a command.
Sure, sir.
Aditya.
Sure, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay.
Hi, Aditya.
Sir.
Since you're from Telangana,
Yes, sir.
why are you trying to join service in Andhra Pradesh?
So basically, I was born in United Andhra Pradesh, and my education and everything, my formative years have been done in United Andhra Pradesh. So I don't see a difference between these two regions, and whatever the differences are, they are more of political nature rather than people-centric differences. Moreover, when I was preparing for UPSC, I was ready to be posted in any part of India, and now AP doesn't make any difference in terms of my locality, I feel. Sir.
Okay, see, when I look at your profile, I can see that you're also attempting Group 1 in Telangana, and you
Yes,
have
sir.
qualified prelims.
Yes, sir.
Say you made it both in Telangana and Andhra, where will you join?
Sir, I'd like to take a call once I reach the bridge, sir. Because right now I'm focused here only considering the volatility that is in TSPSC. There's too much of ambiguity. So I think unless and until the situation clears, I cannot take a clear decision, sir.
Okay. Now my question is on bifurcation.
Yes, sir.
Do you think the process of bifurcation was fair?
Sir, the process of bifurcation, I think it was not totally fair and it was done in a hurried up and rushed up manner. And whatever the support has been proposed also, the support, it has been dwindling and it has been more technical rather than broad interpretation of whatever the act has prescribed, I feel, sir.
Can you mention some specific items?
The Kadapa steel plant, they went back on the Kadapa steel plant. Dugirajapatnam, they had some viability issues on that. And regarding the assistance for the for the capitals also, the center's response has been lukewarm. And the tribal university which was proposed, that has not been established. And whatever the universities that are currently functioning, they are functioning from temporary campuses. So on these parameters, I think handheld by the center to certain extent.
Okay. How do you think Telangana can support its neighbor Andhra Pradesh, given that it had more resources right now?
Yes, sir. Sir, I think whatever the expertise that has been gained in the field of IT, if that expertise is shared with Andhra Pradesh, because when a minister from Tamil Nadu is coming and making a visit for the IT expansion in his own state, I don't think so it will be difficult for these two Telugu-speaking states to share the expertise. And I think in IT fields, and now that the hybrid mode has taken, the constraints of infrastructure also can be minimized, and more of this connectivity if we develop the skill potential, I think Andhra Pradesh can really start making a mark, and it can easily compete, sir.
I see that you are associated with an NGO named NGO Give.
Give, sir.
Is it something that you have started, like your friends and you together? Or
Yes,
it is something
yes,
else?
sir. Yes, sir. Me, my friends and myself, we have started, sir.
What were the activities you people did through that?
Sir, we undertook personality development. We took menstrual education for the girls, and we took the health regarding health aspect we used to do, and career guidance. We used to bring in people so that they could interact, because these students are from the destitute backgrounds, and most of them are orphans and a single mother or single father who have been left out. So we give a direction. So one session a week we take on those lines, so that these students are oriented well, sir. These are the aspects.
See, nowadays there are many NGOs which are mushrooming.
Yes, sir.
Now, I do want to help people, but I don't know how to choose the right one. What are your suggestions?
So the first suggestion that I would see is checking the credibility through their presence through a website or whatever previous work they have done. And in case they are active on all social platforms, and if that is corroborating, because you have an instance of deep fake and picking up photos from other active ones, there is a possibility of that. If there is a consistency of the work over few years, I think that is a very strong parameter to assess the credibility of the NGO, sir.
So another, when looking at your activities and interests, you
Yes.
mentioned that you watch web series
Yes, sir.
of social issues. Okay.
Yes.
So what are those?
So basically, the social issue web series like Delhi Crime, Cora, Criminal Justice, and Guilty Minds, I can just cite these, wherein the Indian social system is reflected well, whatever the social realities that we can see, and how the machinery, administrative machinery is reacting to them, and the gap between haves and have-nots. So how fair is the system? All these parameters are reflected in this series, sir. So I try to learn from them, and whatever the professional aspects are also demonstrated, I try to understand so that that can be used directly by me in that situation. Because these characters mostly they are lifted from normal life, and they are not sci-fi fiction or something that we cannot relate to or understand, sir. So that is the reason that for my fascination towards this web series.
Do you think these web series have to be restricted with, the content has to be regulated? Because it is said that, yeah, tell me.
Yes, sir. I do believe there is an excess of the violence, and there is an excess of abuse being depicted, and certain scenes can definitely be moderated, because just for the sake of their ratings, it is being pushed, and just for the sake they are exploiting the absence of censorship, I can say, sir. And on that content, definitely the timing as well as the taking of a few shots, they can be cut and they can be moderated, I feel.
So I think any more questions? I think we can start with the feedback.
Yes,
I think we covered all his DAF.
yes.
Okay. So Mr. Aditya,
Yes, ma'am.
I'll be honest.
Yes.
Okay. So number one, your appearance.
Yes.
If you're appearing for a mock interview, you have to be serious about it. You didn't
Oh,
shave.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm sorry.
T-shirt.
Yes.
Okay. So, and another one is that your answer with respect to when you said that your personal needs, that will take a hit. So don't say that.
Okay.
Say I wanted to prepare more because I wanted to give back to society.
Okay.
Your answer should be on those lines. So
Okay,
I
ma'am.
felt that I was restricted to only the credit part or whatever. That you
Okay.
said that you can mention and said that. So I wanted to go full time. So and
Okay.
during that time you had given your mains also.
Yes. Yes.
So you can justify stating that. So
Okay.
so
Okay.
I
Okay. Okay. Okay.
UPSC preparation. So that's why I wanted to focus more on the preparation. That is why I had given it up, and I had the confidence in myself that I'm going to crack it. That is why I had given up on the government sector job.
Okay.
You
Okay. Okay.
right? So
Yes.
that
Yes.
should don't even mention personal needs,
Okay. Okay.
because once you're into a government job, there is no personal.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay, so
Yes, ma'am.
That second thing. Your answer on the NGOs was good.
Yes, ma'am.
So you can go on those lines and say that your line that more responsibility than authority. That
Yes, ma'am.
again recheck.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, you can say that you can say that the intent is there in NGO.
Okay.
So
Okay.
your answer, ultimately your answer was that if you get into government service, you will be able to do better than
Yes,
being
yes,
in
yes.
an NGO. So that should be the bottom line, but rephrase the answer.
Okay, okay.
The answer on Amavudi was good. And this friction between 73rd Amendment Act and these volunteers,
Yes, ma'am.
I think you better not say that. Let us
Okay.
be, tactful, because you're
Okay,
appearing
okay.
PSC,
Okay,
right?
okay.
So answer on capitals was good, and once you the Nellore part, the Sriharikota thing, you didn't say sorry. So whenever
Okay.
you make a mistake in the interview, say sorry.
Oh,
When sir was correcting you, you were saying okay, okay,
oh,
okay.
oh,
Whenever you
sure.
make a mistake, say sorry.
Okay.
And bifurcation answer was, I felt it was good. And on AP, you said that it can make a mark, right?
Okay.
You're
Yes,
appearing
ma'am.
for the APPSC, so you should be positive about AP in general. Overall, you were positive, but you cannot say it can make a mark, which means that it has not yet made a mark. You say
Okay.
that it has started making a mark, and then you list out ease of doing business. It is first, the poverty statistics,
Yes.
all of that. So that means you don't always, when it comes to state, country, women, SC, ST, and everything, your idea should be positive. So whenever you get a question on women, don't say that if they are trained, they'll do better. Say
Sure.
that it is innate in them. Doing well is
Okay.
innate. They can do it.
Oh,
Okay.
sure.
That positiveness should reflect in your
Sure.
attitude. Okay.
Sure.
So overall, you had on AP, you were positive only, but how you phrase it. And
Okay.
my last, I just want to say that your confidence is good. Improve your posture,
Yes, ma'am.
but from your confidence is bordering on nonchalance.
Oh, okay.
Okay, just you should not cross this one.
Oh, okay. Okay. So much more
So
obedient and compliant
not
that
much
attitude is.
more obedient. Be confident in giving your answers, but that air of nonchalance is there.
Okay.
Whether you give it to me or not, I am fine types.
Oh, okay.
You
Okay.
have that dude kind of.
Oh, okay. Okay. I got it. Got it. Got it, ma'am. Yeah.
Okay, so you are appearing for a government interview.
Yes.
Okay, so malleability is one thing which they will see.
Yes.
If we
Yes,
give
ma'am.
the job to this guy, will he learn, or is he too sure of himself that? Okay, so
Okay.
those are my remarks, Joseph.
Sure.
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah, Aditya, I think ma'am has actually exhaustively covered down. I think very often what we wear also reflects, kind of a context, what kind of a mental space we are in, and maybe a lot of that casual vibe that you're giving is because of that, because you are dressed like that. Probably, hopefully, once you're dressed more formally and settled,
Yes, sir.
that
Yes.
has rightly identified that bordering confidence నుంచి కొద్దిగా ఓవర్ ఎక్కడైతే వెళ్తుందో అది కొద్దిగా
Okay.
చూసుకోవాలి.
Sure. Sure. Sure.
Yeah. Otherwise, yes, most of the answers and the points that ma'am has said, those are the ones that I also agree with. Me commerce PhD topic మీద get a little more grip. There can be tangential questions on that.
Sure. Sure.
With
Yeah.
data.
Sure. Yes.
For
Yes. Yes.
PhD, you should be thorough with the latest data, not
Yes.
your time in doing your PhD.
Sure. Sure. Sure.
And how that your research is going to help you in your job.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Because actually, I prepared a question for that, ma'am. Already, Andhra Pradesh government has tied up with Amazon and Flipkart to up the market potential of this handloom industry. There was a very big ad. There were 4 or 5 websites with which it was already tying up. So I made notes on that, and I can cite that as a part of this thing. And ONDC is also next big thing that's being touted after the UPI revolution. No? ONDC already it's been launched, and merchants are also being trained on that. So on those lines, I've prepared.
I have some remarks, sir. Yeah. Aditya, I mean, whenever you are asked a question, take some time to answer. Don't immediately jump into the answer. This is what is the mistake which I have committed in UPSC interview. They are not going to test your knowledge unless some specific general knowledge questions are asked. No? The kind of questions which I asked, I think most of the people will be able to answer. But the thing is, you just take some time and then answer the questions.
Okay.
It should not appear as though you have prepared for these questions and you are telling and coming here. Just to take some time, think it over, and then answer the questions. That is the first thing for any simple question also. A question unless me ఊరు పేరు అడిగితే తప్ప కానీ ఇంక ఏ క్వశ్చన్ అడిగినా వాట్ ఆర్ ద ఇంపార్టెంట్ స్కీమ్స్, వాట్ ఆర్ ద యూనిక్ స్కీమ్స్, వేర్ ఇట్ ఈస్ దేర్ అంటే జస్ట్ ఒక్కసారి ఒక బ్రీత్ తీసుకొని అప్పుడు చెప్పండి. చక్క 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 అట్లా చెప్పుకుంటూ వెళ్ళిపోదు. ఇట్స్ నాట్ ఎ టెస్ట్ ఆఫ్ యువర్ నాలెడ్జ్. దట్ ఈస్ ద ఫస్ట్ థింగ్. The mistake in both the interviews I have committed, both the times I have got selected, but the marks were less just because of this thing. Chala chaka chaka answer చెప్పుకుంటూ వెళ్ళిపోయాను అక్కడ. So that didn't help me. That is the first thing. And second, get your facts very correctly. You were mentioning about the Kadapa steel plant, adi sanction kaledu ani cheppi. The Kadapa steel plant is very much there. Adi already monnane bhumi puja adi chesaru. The second one is that Dugarajapatnam port, you were telling, due to the non-viability of Dugarajapatnam port, Ramayapatnam port has been there in Nellore only. No, Ramayapatnam port, both the sea breaks also got constructed. Almost maybe in a year or so, 8 months lo a port kuda start అయిపోతుంది. Even the tribal university, it is very much there in Vijayanagaram only. It is working from a temporary campus in Vijayanagaram. So all these three, where you have mentioned that injustice has been done to Andhra Pradesh, all these three are fulfilled. You koncham jagrataga chuskondi. Get your facts very correctly. Don't just simply say that there is no steel plant, there is no Dugarajapatnam port, or no tribal university. All three were materialized. Even the bifurcation grant also, which they have told me, the revenue deficit of 14,000 crores. To that extent, 10,000 crores has also been given. To be precise, I think somewhere before your mains exam only, somewhere around 27th May or 28th May, just like that, we have been given 10,000 crores. But get your facts very much correctly, and don't just simply say those the facts and statistics correctly పెట్టుకోండి. బ్లఫ్ చేస్తున్నారు అనుకుంటారు వాళ్ళు. ఈస్ జస్ట్ సింప్లీ కమింగ్ అండ్ బ్లఫింగ్ అస్ ఏదో మనకి అట్లా వన్ వే ట్రాఫిక్ లాగా ఎదురులేని మనిషిలా అలా వెళ్ళిపోతున్నాడు ఇక్కడ చక్క చక్క చెప్పుకుంటూ అనే ఇంప్రెషన్. థింక్ ఇట్ ఓవర్ అండ్ టెల్.
Okay. See, I just want to add, since most of it is covered, I just want to add like where you can get questions. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Still, since you are from Telangana, there can be lots of questions where they can grill you. So, yes, as sir just said, Kalyan sir, you should be very well prepared regarding the facts, especially bifurcation. And again, the question, I mean, where between Telangana and Andhra, how can they associate better and all? You can prepare well. Actually, you can add more things. And then regarding your role as you check quality of loans and PAs, etc., etc.
Yes, yes.
Banking role. There are several debates regarding the loans now. Like small retail people are being hunted and big players are being left out. These things can be question areas.
Okay.
Again, the e-commerce, how it may affect retail outlets, retail players, and the ethics of it debates, etc. also have to be focused. NGO, I think you did well, but they can dig deeper and see whether you practically have worked or not. Okay, so you seem to have worked, but work more on that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sir, and I just have a doubt, sir. Sir, should I go with a clean shave or should I trim my beard to the minimum? Because people are giving me conflicting things. It's better to go with a clean shave because you cannot take the risk. You don't know the mind of the person. So, it's better to go with a clean shave, sir.
Clean shave. Undoubtedly. It is an interview. Come on.
Okay.
I think, Aditya, all the rest of us on the panel are more serious about the interview than you.
Nothing like that, ma'am, because I've been revising the questions also from morning. So it's just the teacher probably that's communicating along with the.
No, but whatever, you be from next 3 days, be in interview mode.
Yes, ma'am. Sure.
Okay, Aditya. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, all
Sir,
the
and,
best.
one last question, sir. One last question.
Yeah.
If they just try to put me in a corner saying that which one will you choose and why? Assume the situation has normalized. They put me in a hypothetical situation because the word that I used, I'll try to cross the bridge when it comes. That is too hard from my end. I felt because I'm not of that stature to comment to be so blunt. So how should I put it and how should I skip it or how should I balance it, sir?
See, when in doubt, be honest.
Okay. So whatever answer I given that the ambiguous situation, no one is able to decipher anything, sir. So it's better. And
If they push you further, then it's obviously you will go with Telangana, no?
yeah.
If you get a job in AP,
Yes.
then you get selected in TPPSC.
Yes.
You'll obviously select TPSC, no?
Yes, ma'am, because the posts are also good and number is also literally 10 times the number of posts are available. Okay.
Depending, so you can say that it depends on a lot of factors. It depends on the post, depends on the location. So if you get selected in Telangana for a lesser, you get a lesser rank or a lesser post, you can say that I will go with AP. If you
Sure.
say that for me, the position in which I will work is more important, not the place.
Okay. Clear now.
Okay, chalo, all the best.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.